What's going on, guys? Geeks on the Theme. Today we're gonna be ranking the Flash seasons 1 to 6, and now season 6 is over and shit. So yeah, let's get into it. So obviously we're gonna be talking about the villains of the seasons, like what they did within each season. So we're gonna be doing that first. I'm gonna be showing, as you can see, there's Reverse Flash, Zoom, Savitar, The Thinker, Cicada and Bloodwork. Reverse Flash being season 1, Zoom being season 2, Savitar being season 3, Thinker 4, Cicada 5, Bloodwork 6 being the latest villain. So, in my opinion, each characters did well. Each and every one of them, they did well. But it's just the Thinker was off. I didn't like his character. The actor is fine, obviously. They do what the fucking script says. The writers tell them to do. The directors tell them to. So the actor is completely fine. It's just the way the character was wrote, the way the character was done on the show. It just didn't hit me. So that's gonna put a down thing on season 4. That's one of them, and I think season 5. Season 5, Cicada. So those two cicadas. So I wasn't a fan of having Grace being the future cicada and then having the guy from the start. Why didn't they just leave it? Because I felt like the father of Grace, I've forgotten his name, the father of Grace had more of a grudge on Barry than Grace did. And so I just didn't really feel like the two aspects of Cicada worked. That's just my opinion. It was a good season, don't get me wrong. It's just that I don't think that sat well with me. Bloodwork, right. Right, Bloodwork. Good character. This one's kind of difficult because they stayed true to the comics. As surprised you at the end with the character. The actor was decent. The full season was decent. So that one's actually difficult to judge on the character. So yeah, I'm putting this in order on what I think was the worst thing, so to speak. So it'd be like worst character, in my opinion. Nah, I'm gonna do it in order from thingy, I think. I don't know. No, because I did Thinker and then... Never mind. Yeah. So... Reverse Flash, Zoom, and Savitar was where it gets tricky. Because I don't know which character out of them is, better or worse, so... let me think. Savitar was... confusing, kind of. Because the way they put him... when they was explaining him and his backstory, he put him as this big figure, when at the end it turned out to be Barry. When they showed him, they showed the power of the Philosopher's Stone, and they used the power, and that gave him his suit. Yeah, but it showed a different guy. It showed a big guy, if you remember Ronnie from season 1, his type of figure, not Barry's figure. It's Firestorm's type figure in a way. Ronnie Raymond's type figure, maybe. Yeah. So it was when they're showing his backstory and that little scene there, that legit scene of the picture there, that scene there was when they were showing his bit. He had a bulky guy, and it wasn't Barry. It was not Barry, and that was what kind of confused me for that character. They used a bulky guy and then had it be Barry at the end. So that just really... I knew it was fucking Barry in the season because of the Future Flash shit, but... Okay, so that's the only thing that really confused me about Savitar. Zoom or Reverse Flash, which was the better character out of the two? Zoom became Black Flash. Reverse Flash was just genuinely smart. Like, fucking jeez, he was smart as anything. Oh. He was smart as shit. Oh. Right. Black Flash, Zoom, he wanted to destroy the multiverse. Like, I can't remember if he had like real, like had a proper gain on his a proper motive to destroy the multiverse. I can't remember what it was. I know his father was a dick. He got put up for adoption and shit. That was his backstory, and I'm pretty sure he had in the Hunter Zolomon had in the electric chair and fucking the thing that gave him his powers and stuff. I think his backstory is a bit weak. It was a bit weak. It's like, I know it right, so I'm going to compare him to a speedster, not a non-speedster. So if you compare it to someone like, I don't know, Barry, for example, he was in a forensics lab, and he was working on a case, looking at his mother's case as well. He got struck by lightning and bashed into chemicals. But Zoom, he was in an electric chair. Like, his backstory is cool and all, but like, I think his backstory could have been a bit better. That's just my opinion. I think Zoom's backstory could be a bit better, and that's why I think Reverse Flash is better than Reverse Flash is the better villain overall, because he had a good motive. He hated Barry and wanted to get back to his time. He wanted to destroy Barry. He tried to kill him, but he found out that if he killed him, that if he killed the Flash as a kid, then he won't become Reverse Flash. He won't be as smart as he is now, so he had to kill his mother. He had to do something so that would drive him not to be the Flash, and that would help. But then he got stuck in his own in Barry's timeline, so that made him hate and want him to get back to his own time. So I think Reverse Flash overall throughout the seasons is the best villain, classic and everything. I think that the old thing with Reverse Flash and Zoom, they actually have the same costumes in the comics, except I'm pretty sure that Zoom's little logo, it's instead of the middle bit being black, it's blue. And obviously with Reverse Flash, it's the red lightning and black in the middle, and Zoom, red lightning, blue middle. So yeah, and yellow costume obviously. So yeah, so we've judged each character of each season. It's like there's what I think of the characters. So we're gonna move on to storyline now. So we started from backwards at first. We'll start from like in order from top. So Reverse Flash. Right, the Reverse Flash season 1 storyline. That storyline, honestly, for the storyline, that might be my. I don't know. I'm gonna try not to be biased, right? I think the season 1 storyline is the best. Strictly because, like I mentioned, Reverse Flash wanted to get back to his time and stuff like that. I think like he had a real grudge against Barry, and shit, then more than the others within the storyline. Barry didn't know what he was doing with his powers at first, so it was like more of a challenge for him. And I loved seeing Barry grow within his powers. And back then in season 1, it was more basic. It was more about you catch the villain, ends, and it's just like it was less complicated than the other seasons. And it was like season 2 was when they made it more complicated with the storyline. There was the introduction of the multiverse at the end of season 1, because I'm pretty sure it was at the end of season 1 with the wormhole thing. And then season 2 was what got a little bit confusing with the multiverse. Like, there's like more than one person. It's like they defeated a guy on one Earth, put him away in prison or whatever, in Iron Heights or what have you, or had died. But then there'd be another version on another Earth. And then later on find out there's more Earths, and that there's infinite Earths, but they only like showed like a few. There would obviously be infinite, because obviously you know that there's infinite by the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. And I'll talk about that in the season 6 thing when I talk about season 6. Season 3. Season 3 was a good season, but it was annoying. I'm trying not to be biased here, but season 3 was kind of annoying. I did touch on how Savitar's character was a bit confusing when they was explaining his backstory, and the fact that Iris was going to die in the future. I think that was what was driving to for Barry to that was the fucking motive of season 3. But I think the whole so I think that they should have had the whole season to be Flashpoint and not just part of it, because Flashpoint is a big comic series. Barry goes back in time, saves his mother, fucks up the timeline, creates a war between the Amazons and the Atlanteans. Obviously, they can't do the Amazons and the Atlanteans, but at least reference it. They did. They would have done a lot more, and the Flashpoint thing in the CW TV show would have been a lot better if they extended it. And in my opinion, if they did it for the whole season, and they could still even have fucking Savitar in that season, it wouldn't be that difficult. It wouldn't be that difficult because Savitar is the one person that goes back in time throughout the ages, recruits acolytes and stuff. He could still easily be that season 3 villain. He could be like, when he gets out, Flash won't physically fight him the way he did in season 3, but like be there watching over him within season 3, trying to get out of the Speed Force. That can still happen. Because I think that the Flashpoint version of Barry should have locked Savitar up in the future. And then that's what happened, I think. And obviously Barry losing his speed, it would be hard to see who this Savitar is and shit. And obviously Wally just became Kid Flash, and then he later on didn't have it because Barry reset the timeline and stuff. So I just genuinely think that the Flashpoint thing should have gone for the whole season, and then at the end would have reset the timeline and gone back to normal, and then maybe that would have caused some differences with in the future of the seasons. Maybe season 4, I'm gonna go out and say this, that's the weakest season, that's the shittest season. with the storyline. Like, I didn't like how they put the Thinker to have like go into different bodies to gain their powers, and have Ralph being the last so he can get his own body back. The storyline was just terrible in my opinion. Not a lot of liked it. Not a lot of people liked it. I'm going to give a reason, obviously. I'm not going to just say it's a shit season, no reason for it. Shit season, no reason for it. I can't really remember what Thinker's motive was, to be honest with you. What was his thing? I know he wanted to be. I know he's like proper intelligent and shit. Like that was his metahuman gene. Like I don't think the Thinker was a good villain. The Thinker's not really much of a good villain in my opinion. For the show, at least. I know. Yeah, he was the one that kind of set up season 5. To set up season 5 with the satellite and shit. The character was what made it the weakest season for me. Season 5, Cicada, multiple characters being the same, like future and the present version of Cicada was. Oh, yeah, that's kind of what digged it in and made it the one of the maybe the second last worst thing. Season 6, the latest one. Okay. Bloodwork was a good villain. Like I said, they did a surprise of him. The Crisis on Infinite fucking Earths crossover is what makes this a difficult freaking season for me to judge, because the Crisis crossover, they did well. They did it amazing. Anti-Monitor, the Monitor, the 60s Flash, Black Lightning, all that jazz. Like, the storyline of season 6 was good. The storyline of season 6 was good. So yeah, the storyline of season 6 is good, so I don't really know. I haven't really got anything bad to say about season 6. Yeah. So now we're going to be judging each one, and then we're going to be ranking them now. So, coming in at number 6, I've already said it, is this season. Reverse Flash. I mean, not Reverse Flash, but the Thinker. So, yeah. Crap season, shit character, yeah. Second to last, I'd say, would be season 5. Like, I liked what they did with the Cicada character. It's just the fact that they did the present and the future version, Grace and the father. I didn't like that. That's kind of what put me off and made it a bit weird. Now, coming in at number 4 is season 6. That's what made it right. This is what makes it kind of difficult, because the Bloodwork character was amazing, but I'm trying to think which was better. 1, 2, 3, or 4. 1, 2, 3, and 6. Which one was better out of them all? It's like, 1 to 3, in my opinion, was way better than season 6. But the crossovers were good. The crossover of season 6 was better than the rest of the crossovers. Obviously, season 1 didn't only just featured crossovers with Arrow, Flash, like small ones. The rest were like big ones, and yeah, season 6 topped it with the crossovers. But I think the storylines of season 1 to 3 were better than season 6, so that's why 6 is coming in at number 4 here. Now coming in at number 3. Number 3. I'm kind of getting. I'm like, this is what I'm thinking. I have to think. I'm between Savatar and Zoom being at number 3. Oh, right. I'm not going to be biased. Season 3. Like, the character, the way like the Future Flash in the comics is my favorite character, one of my favorite characters. So to see that type of character in season 3 is good. And obviously the way they changed the way he looked, which is fine. Obviously they can't make things fully accurate, but the storyline was a bit. I don't know. That season was just annoying a bit. That season was annoying. Yeah. So coming in at number 2. Season 1 and Season 2 are competing now. So whichever I say now, the other is going to be first. So, which one comes in at number 2? Fuck it, Season 2. Right. Season 2 was like where they started to get confusing with the multiverse stuff. And Season 1, however, was very simple. So yeah, that's why I liked it. That's my order rank. So it'd be, so let's go over it again. It would be Season 4. Then it'd be Season 5. Then it'd be Season 6. Then it'd be Season 3. Then it'd be Season 2. Then 1. That's my order. Season 1 being the best. Season 4 being the worst. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed this. Smash a like on this video. Comment down below what you want me to react to or review, and I'll shout you out in that video. Make sure you subscribe me to post notifications on for more. And I'll see you in the next one.